Okay, this is Avoca's Heroic Dose version, August 10th, 2016. And we're gonna commentate around. So I just joined. My strategy in this version is to just run in every room and don't build anything, let the max build it. Because right off the start of the game, every room has power, and when a room has power, and when a room has power, and when a room has a marine inside of it, it's eligible for to have a structure drop. And you'll see a Big Mac running throughout the map, building everything it can. And I'm gonna die here because the infestation, I made it so infestation slows you down. And when you die, I made the camera follow the Hive payload arc. I made the Hive payload arc normal size because when it was big it got stuck a lot. But I made it so when you stand by the Hive payload arc, it gives you nano, it heals you, it gives you armor. Until it goes into attack mode, it stops buffing Marines. Made the robotics smaller because I was tired of it having arcs stuck. But then I also changed the rollout to not go as far. You'll remember the panic attacks will spawn here. It focused a lot on tuning the panic attacks damage relative to the panic attacks current health, and tried tuning the damage the panic attacks do to the arc, and then have that in tune with the damage Avoca arc's doing to the Hive, and even tuning the amount of time when the Hive dies and what happens when the Hive dies. But the Hive didn't die, so let's get another Hive payload going. Gave me 16 seconds on the clock because it died, so the timer is not that bad. We got power nodes going down. Power drainers spawned. I made it so the power drainer timer is dynamic. Oh, hold on. Hey, come back later. I'm making a video. I don't like hecklers in my video. Oh, he left. Anyway, so I made in this version, when the power goes down, it spawns janitors. And these janitors I tuned heavily to do damage to any marine structure in this room, but there is no marine structure in this room. So you'll see that, well, the arc took him out, but when the power, you'll see the janitors automatically kill themselves over time. And power's down, Cyst is spawning here automatically. We see the Drifter Avoca coming to this harvester, that the harvester spawned because the power is down. And this is my favorite part recently. When you build the power as a marine, watch what happens. It does a siege attack. Damages everything in the room. Pretty much wipes out every structure. So let's continue pushing this arc. I guess we got hydroponics down. So let me show you when hydroponics comes up, or when you get the hive. When you kill a hive, it spawns a big arc. And when this big arc spawns, that automatically turns the power on in the room. It doesn't do that free or it doesn't do that free siege attack. It instead relies on this big arc to attack with about 1,000 damage. Has about 72 radius, hits everything in the room as long as it's not cloaked. At one point it killed players too, but that was a pain because it's the same as the arc class. It's just a different, I have to overwrite the settings. It's a neat little Lua trick. I thought I saw a big cyst, I guess not. Extractor spawned in there automatically. Let's follow the waypoint. You see, I rewrote the auto research formula to be much smoother. You also notice the tick rate in general seems to be 25 to 30 in this build, seems to be a lot smooth. I think it's because the janitors and the surges when you build the power, so that there's always recycling going on with the entities. So this kind of feels like Siege in a way. When the base defense timer goes down to 0, you'll see I kind of want it to go down to 0 just to demonstrate what happens. So these mechs get the nearest thing to either construct or weld. So I think I'll go on alien side now. So I spawn as an egg in depot instead of rather than a hive because the autocyst, wherever that is, or the cyst Avoca, wherever that is, I should say. The cyst Avoca in this version, I told to move if it's eligible to move instead of having to teleport. On top of that, it has a chance to spawn a nutrient mist. And the nutrient mist is my modified version. On top of the visual, I made it so that it webs marines nearby. There's 3 hive payloads? Really? That's brutal. So it seems they're pushing to monorail or depot. You see the whips, the whip Avocas and the eggs and all that are all in this area, and the threat markers here. The mist is going. This guy's nano shielded. You got Onos. There's so many calculations. And the tick rate's steady. We got a shade and a drifter, we got a lurk. But we're defending this area pretty well. They're not able to push it. So let's take down this room. We got power drainers that just spawned. Says shots fired on the top. Let's watch the janitor in action. Just takes out everything quickly. I can't heal them. I can't heal the janitors. It does nothing. They just die over time. The janitors take reduced damage from arcs. Oh, it seems the whip Avocas are moving in here. It's mimicking what an alien commander would do. Oh, although there is arcs defending on that side. Because the arcs and the whip Avocas go to the same location. But the whip Avocas also take reduced damage from the arcs in this build. I want to take this power out. So yeah, I just want to demonstrate what happens when the timer reaches 0. We got 17 ticks there. Got some janitors in South Corridor. So structures on Marine side receive 2 times damage from a player if the room is not powered, or if the structure is not powered. This way it's easier to clean up and not have so many entities. And it actually works well in balance and performance. Let's see, Marines have Hydro. The timer is 2 minutes, 12 minutes overall. So what this, let me show you what their base defense is right here. Oh, never mind. I can't get in there. So their base defense is if you go in their Marine base, it spawns a fire grenade on your location as long as the power is built. On top of that, you cannot kill. Oh, nice, we got an egg spawn here. Let's show you. See, fire grenade if you enter here. That's the base defense. And on top of that, you cannot damage the command station. You cannot damage infantry portal. The phase Avoca. Phase Avoca is a specific phase gate that only goes to the payload arc for the hive. Let's see. Biomass 6. Not bad. Could be better. But we're down. Let's see, we got 1 hive, 2 hive. Yeah, we got 2 hives, that's why. And they got the more hive payload arcs. Actually, we have to defend a lot. Might actually lose this, huh? Let's get a hive back or something. Or it's too late. Because in this build I have it so you get another hive payload arc for each big arc that you have. So let's see if I can take a big arc down in time. I hope so. Because I want the base defense timer to go down. Only thing is taking down a big arc will add about 16 seconds on the clock. Look at all that going in the monorail. You got the max, you got whips, you got the big arc, you got shifts, crags, spur. The big arc's gonna take everything down in monorail, man. But our janitors took out structures and water treatment. As long as they don't hit fabrication before I take on this big arc. I gave this big arc a lot of health. I'm not sure how much to give it. We're at going 10,000 here, but that's including the armor, I think. So big arc died. Hive spawns in its place. And the hive should start researching biomass in about 15 seconds. But let's go help monorail. Oh, looks like monorail. What's going on in monorail? Base defense is almost down. It's a hive payload, can't damage it till it's deployed. All the action's going on here. Can I get this power node? You got the power drainers coming up. I think we'll get it. The power drainers will get it. There we go. Got janitors coming. The sentries don't require power in this build. Janitors are cleaning up the room, but they will not damage players. Janitors only hit structures. So I'm kind of chancing it here. But it's okay because Marine's base is vulnerable. Look at Drone Bay. You got whips spawning in their base. Fire grenades will no longer spawn. Eggs should be spawning in their main base in Drone Bay now. So power nodes are basically the most important thing in this build, I think, because it determines whose team structures should be spawned in that room. Let's go back to Marines. Just to demonstrate both sides what happens. That whip is hitting this arc, it shouldn't be hitting that arc, but ignore that. See our main base, we got a giant whip this time. To signify it has like a massive amount of health. This big arc is right so close, bots. Why don't you push that? And so it's up to the players what happens at this point. You got arcs on this field, and you got from here on out, you're gonna have the eggs and whips always spawn in Marine base. Maybe it's a downside because if you're a skulk, you die instantly. But that's basically this build. Seems steady, it's fun. Oh, it's not over yet actually, his power's gonna go down. I could be here forever, but I think this about covers the video. Gonna have to leave who wins as a cliffhanger. GG.